is a problem throughout the region, road traffic congestion, and we're hoping through this work to be able to provide some insights for policy decision makers as to what is the kind of cost that the society bears and how hopefully that information could help them to set policy or strategies for solving the problem. What we are trying to do is to assess the direct economic cost. If an economy has to bear this cost, it implies that there are other goods and services that governments will not be able to provide. We make the assumption that commuters are best able to give an impression of what kind of congestion experience they bear, and we're asking them to indicate how much time they spend in traffic on average, traffic congestion might I add, and we hope to use that time, the aggregate estimated times, and calibrate that against the earning potential for that time and use those metrics to form an impression about the burden in the society. But apart from the direct economic costs, there are also social issues, social burdens, stress-related issues from persons having to endure long hours of traffic daily, the implications for family life, having to be up very early in the mornings and returning home late in the evenings. We also know that some additional costs relate to the environmental impacts. We will not assess that, but the fact, if you think that thousands of vehicles each day sitting idle in traffic for long hours, emitting greenhouse gases, and the environmental impacts, that implications of that, we know that is also a significant cost. In the specific instance of Trinidad and Tobago, we think as well that given that the country has had for a long time a substantial fuel subsidy, it implies, we think, a substantial wastage where those vehicles that are buying fuel, subsidized fuel, and then spending long hours of their operating time in traffic. So these are just about three broad areas in which we think the economic costs have implications for Trinidad and Tobago in particular, but of course also SIDS, because we know the experience here in Trinidad and Tobago is not very different from some of the other small island developing states in the sub-region.